So one thing I've learned recently, just from the past few months, is I gotta stop being stupid with my money. Now this is more of a note to myself, but if you relate to it, I hope it helps you. I don't mean to offend you or anything. Think of it as like a meditations type of thing from Marcus Aurelius. I apologize for the messy background, but either way, let's get into it. So what I've noticed is I am not as smart as I originally thought I was. I am very easily sellable. It's just I'm sellable in a different way. I don't usually respond to ads or anything like that, but I do love to buy when I have just an ounce of social proof. When a creator knows someone that I know, I'm immediately in for the long haul, even if I can't afford it. And that's a tough lesson that I had to learn. I don't need to spend money to make money all the time. If I'm not focusing on the fundamentals of growing my business, say the rule of 300, for instance, I don't need to buy coaching for that. I don't need anybody to tell me that. I can do that on my own. And so a little bit of a litmus test for, do I need to join these communities or whatever you're paying for? Let's say it's a business expense. Think about, will I be able to join these calls? Think about, will I be constantly engaged in this community and looking at the classroom, etc., etc. If not, don't do it. If you're not attending the calls, I would more like 9 times out of 10 just not do it. Because the calls are the most important part. That's the live training, the live hand-holding where you'll be able to learn what you need to learn out of this community. Now, if you really absolutely want to be in that community for the community, maybe it's very engaged, maybe it's your niche, maybe there are people that you love, you just love talking to, then that's fine. Do whatever you want. But I'm trying to help you save money so that you can stay growing your business without having to worry about running out of money anytime soon. And so again, like, there are so many basic instructions out there. I mean, especially on Skool, they make it as easy as possible, as simple as possible for you to start growing your business. Rule of 300, 100 comments a day, or 100 minutes of commenting every day, 100 minutes making content, like YouTube video content, and then 100 minutes of outreach, DMs, things like that. And that's all you got to do. Yeah, if you need help making your offer, you can talk to people. There are so many people in different communities that are willing to give you advice for free. Now, if you want to pay to talk to an expert, you can, but you do not need to. You don't need to. I promise you. There's so much information out there for free. And again, there's a note to self. Don't need to spend money on it. Stop being so fucking silly. Now, what I would spend money on is maybe 1 or 2 of the top communities if they're fairly low ticket, like $100 a month. It's not too bad for me, at least. But I wouldn't go around signing up for high ticket communities if I don't need the service. Right? Those $100 communities that I sign up for, they have a ton of high quality engagement, high quality people that you could talk to, and you could possibly get them into your community. Now, you don't want to pitch them or anything, but at least you get a network that way. And at least you get your little bit of a fill of spending money. But don't be spending a ton of money on ads or anything like that. Like, I know some people say to buy ads as soon as you start your business, but I just don't advise it. I mean, it's just so much risk. I would rather you build it up organically. It will work out, I promise you. Another thing I would buy is this timer that I just bought. Super cheap. It's like a kitchen timer, I think. But it's really cool. It's got a stopwatch feature and a timer feature. And I originally used my phone as a timer, and I would just kind of time how long I would spend on a task and just try to see how focused I could get. But I realized that using my phone as a timer is not very good because I have to keep my phone with me. um, so I bought this finally. This is like a really great decision. You always find like the cheapest things you buy, you get to be the most creative with, which is really nice. So just worry about the fundamentals. You'll hear about that in any sort of hobby or job or anything like that. Like I'm in Muay Thai, right? It's a type of kickboxing. And one thing we constantly learn is just learn how to jab, learn how to cross, learn how to hook, learn how to teep, learn how to kick. That's all you gotta do. You don't need to be doing spinning, backflip, scissor kicks, shit like that. You don't need to. Most fights, you're not gonna use it. It's probably not gonna work in your favor anyway. Just worry about the fundamentals. And so I have been at points where I was completely strapped for cash and it was completely my fault. Like I'm someone that tries to operate from a huge sense of comfort. I started out in business with around 10 grand in savings, which I saved up over years. And I just completely wasted it on shit I didn't need. So definitely a note for the future as I continue to make more and more money. I know that there's going to be more and more of that shiny object syndrome. But it's okay to say no. It's okay to ignore a DM pitch here and there. Just focus on the fundamentals. If you don't have consistent leads or anything like that, stop buying shit. Stop it. Just stop. And you will succeed. I promise. Okay, Yahya, I love you. Peace.